Good morning, students. Today I would like to discuss theoretical distributions frequently asked questions in 5 mark section. Look at that. In a hypergeometric distribution, if A equals to 4, B equals to 6 and N equals to 4, find mean and variance. This is the question asked. As you all know that A, B and N are the parameters of hypergeometric distribution. And then what is the formula of mean? NA by A plus B, and variance NAB of A plus B minus N divided by A plus B whole square of A plus B minus 1. So here in the variance, so mean easily you can remember, but variance formula NAB of A plus B minus N. Generally numerator should be taken N, A plus B minus N, and denominator should be taken A plus B minus 1. How to remember that numerator N and denominator 1 is NAB is started, right? So where N is there at the corner, you should write it A plus B minus N. So logically I am telling to remember this. Remember guys. NAB of A plus B minus N divided by A plus B whole square of A plus B minus 1. Then N value, A value and B value you substitute in the known formula, and then you will be getting the answers. In the same question, in some cases, instead of variance, standard deviation also can be asked. In such cases, what you have to do? Square root of variance is nothing but standard deviation. The variance formula, same as it is, should be applied. At the final answer, under square root, if you put that, becomes standard deviation. That's it. Clear? So this way the question has to be calculated. Mean and variance. Remember, formula carries 1 mark. Without presenting the formula in any problem, you will be losing. You may end up with less than minus 1 mark only for the complete mark. Remember, so formula writing is must. Now, question number 2. Look at that. Probability that a bomb hits the target is 1 by 4. 5 bombs are aimed at the target. Find the probability that 3 bombs hit the target. Question number 2. At the most 2 bombs hit the target. This is the question given. Generally, in theoretical distribution, usually in the problems they may not be mentioning so and so distribution the problem is confined to. But here, just look at that. Did they mention is this problem from binomial distribution or Poisson or hypergeometric? No. Just the problem is given. Probability of hitting is given and 5 bombs are aimed, and then they are asking us to calculate the probability of so and so. Nowhere the distribution is mentioned, known. In such cases, generally how to recognize so and so problem is from particular distribution, you need to find out the parameters, identify the parameters. That is the first step. Probability that a bomb hits the target, question is asked about hitting the target only, nowhere the question is asked missing. So completely the hitting as well as even the probability is also about hitting only. In such cases, probability of hitting only should be considered as success. So that means P equals to 1 by 4. Given P is 1 by 4. And 5 bombs are aimed at the target. So 5 trials have been done. That means 5 is nothing but N. N is given 5. Then you must recognize N and P are the parameters of binomial distribution. Therefore, let X be the number of bombs hitting the target follows the binomial distribution given N comma P. N and P are the parameters of binomial distribution. So, N value we got, P value we got, as well as Q, 1 minus P. You will be getting 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So, N, P, Q, all the 3 we have given. We have known, we are known. Then, X follows the binomial distribution. Then, probability mass function P of X equals to n c x p power x q power n minus x, where x follows 0, 1, 2 and so on up to n. Here n is 5, therefore I have written directly 5. Next, question number 1, what it is asked? 3 bombs. Find the probability that 3 bombs hit the target when 5 are aimed, 3 hitting. What is the probability? And at the most 2 hitting. What is the probability? 3 bombs hit the target directly. P of x equals to 3. Therefore, n you know, p you know, as well as q, and x is equals to 3 asked. Substitute n, p, q and x value in the given PMF. 5c3 1 by 4 whole power 3 and 3 by 4, q is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 4, 3 by 4 whole power of n minus 3, 5 minus 3. After simplifying this, you will be getting P of x equals to 3 exact probability, 3 hitting probability you will be getting it. Probability of 3 bombs hitting, that value you will be getting. Second question, at the most 2 bombs hit the target. At the most 2 bombs, generally at least means greater than or equal to, at the most less than or equal to. These two notations you remember, guys. At least is greater than or equal to. At the most is nothing but less than or equal to. So here the question, at the most 2 bombs hit the target. So that means P of x less than or equal to 2 equals to, less than or equal to 2 means 0, 1 and 2. 0, 1 and 2. P of x equals to 0 plus P of x equals to 1 and less than or equal to 2 it is asked. That's why P of x equals to 2 also should be taken. P of x equals to 0. Substitute in the PMF. 5c0 1 by 4 whole power 0 and 3 by 4 whole power 5 minus 0 plus 5c1 1 by 4 whole power 1 3 by 4 whole power 5 minus 1 plus 5c2 1 by 4 whole power 2 3 by 4 whole power 5 minus 2. Simplifying these 3, you will be getting the value of P of x less than or equal to 2. That means probability that at the most 2 bombs hitting the target, you will be getting it. The probability of at the most 2 bombs hits the target, that value. Are you guys clear? Is it clear now? Question number 2, everyone? Right. So let me deal another 2 more questions which are frequently asked from the theoretical distributions. I hope these 2 questions are very clear. So let me teach the another 2 more questions. Look at the next question. Fit a Poisson distribution for the following data. One table is given, value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and more, and frequency 48, 27, 12, 7, 4, 1, 1, 0. We have to fit a Poisson distribution, right? Now first and foremost, it is directly given Poisson distribution. So Poisson distribution, we should know either parameter lambda or mean lambda or variance lambda. So any one of these 3 should be calculated. First, as we know that mean lambda we can calculate. So lambda is nothing but the parameter, as well as mean and variance are also lambda only in Poisson distribution. X values are given, F values are given. For finding the mean, in the first year we have learnt X and F are given. First finding Fx, multiply each other. 0 into 48 plus 1 into 27 plus 2 into 12 plus 3 into 7 plus 4 into 4 plus 5 into 1 plus 6 into 1 and 7 or more into 0. Right? After multiplying summation Fx, you will be getting it. No, as you know the formula, summation Fx by n is nothing but mean. So here x follows the Poisson distribution, therefore mean is nothing but lambda, that is equals to summation Fx by n or summation F, both are one and the same. So lambda value you will be getting after calculating the mean. You know that x follows Poisson distribution, and write down the PMF of Poisson distribution. P of x equals to e power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial. E power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial, where x takes the value 0, 1, 2 and so on infinity, and then lambda must be greater than 0, remember. Now first and foremost, as we said, x follows the Poisson distribution, and what is the PMF of Poisson? E power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial, and then go on substituting the values of x. First value, P of x equals to 0. Now in place of x substitute 0, and lambda value anyhow we have calculated. After calculating P of x equals to 0, that probability at x equals to 0 multiplied by capital N, you will be getting T of 0. First expected frequency you calculate, T of 0. We have to fit means, fit the Poisson distribution, fit a Poisson distribution means the frequencies, observed frequencies total should be equal to expected frequency total, then only it is a exact fitting. Clear? First we have to calculate expected frequencies. Expected frequency generally denoted by T of 0, T of 1, T of 2, those all are expected frequencies. Given frequencies are observed frequencies. Okay, now coming to the problem, first the initial 0th term, P of x equals to 0, you substitute in the PMF form, and then multiplied by n becomes the first expected frequency T of 0. Now for finding the successive frequencies, we use recurrence relation formula. For finding the successive frequencies in a Poisson distribution, we use recurrence relation. What is the relation? T of x equals to lambda by x into T of x minus 1. This is the relation. Remember this formula. It's a kind of formula only. So recurrence relation is T of x equals to lambda by x into T of x minus 1. Now initially 0 we have completed in PMF. For finding the successive frequencies, we use this recurrence relation. Clear? That means successive frequencies, 0 is completed, afterwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or more, all these from 1 to end, all we must substitute in recurrence relation. Take down T of x equals to lambda by x into T of x minus 1. 0 is already done in the PMF, and multiplied by n we got T of 0. And then for successive frequencies, T of 1 equals to lambda by x into T of x minus 1. Now in place of x you substitute 1. T of 1 equals to lambda value anyhow we calculate, lambda by 1 into T of 1 minus 1 is nothing but 0. So directly I have taken T of 0. That is the meaning of recurrent. See, T of 0, first that we have substituted in next T of 1. Now this T of 1 we substitute in T of 2. T of 2 we substitute in T of 3 here. So this way, the recurrent way we have to calculate. Next, T of 2 equals to lambda by 2 into T of 2 minus 1, nothing but T of 1. Next, T of 3 equals to lambda by 3 into T of 3 minus 1, then nothing but T of 2. Next, T of 4, lambda by 4 into T of 4 minus 1. T of 5, lambda by 5 into T of 5 minus 1. T of 6, lambda by 6 into T of 6 minus 1. And T of 7, anyhow it is given 0, right? T of 7 into T of lambda by 7 into T of 7 minus 1, 6. So this way, after calculating from T of 0 to T of 7 and more, those total frequency must be equal to observed given frequency total, capital N. Then only it is a good fit. This is how we have to fit a Poisson distribution. Just by calculating expected frequencies, we will fit a Poisson distribution. Fitting in the sense like that observed frequencies and expected frequencies should be same. That's it. Am I clear? So this is the problem. Once have a look, everybody. So we shall see the next question. I hope I am clear this question. For fitting of binomial or fitting of Poisson, for finding the successive frequencies or successive probabilities, we use recurrence relation formula. If you see the properties of binomial Poisson, you will understand how this recurrence formula is taken. For finding the successive frequencies to fit a binomial, we use recurrence. For finding the successive probabilities also, we use a recurrence. But there is a slight difference for calculating probabilities as well as for calculating frequencies. Clear? For calculating frequencies, no? The first P of 0 must be multiplied by n to convert to first expected frequency T of 0. But wherein successive probabilities, n we need not multiply. The probability retains same, P of x equals to, it will come. Instead of T, P will be there. Where the n has to be multiplied, that T of 0 only we substituted in the next. Again here also this frequency only we substituted here. This frequency, whole frequency we substituted here. Again this whole frequency we substituted here. Again this whole we substituted here. So this way, the recurrent way we have calculated. That's why the name is given recurrence relation. So 0 will come to 1, again 1 will come to 2, again 2 will come to 3, 3 will come to 4, 4 will come to 5, 5 will come to 6, 6 will come to 7. So this way the recurrent relation is given. So let me teach the next frequently asked question, question number 4. Yes, look at the next question. In a certain school, 40% of the students have opted for first language Kannada. 40% of the students have opted for first language Kannada. I have underlined clearly, see that. Assuming 20 teachers take a sample of 4 students each, how many teachers will report that, how many, I have underlined, just look at that. How many teachers will report that 2 or 3 students have opted for first language Kannada? This is the question asked. Now, anywhere they did not mention so and so distribution this problem belongs to, right? And what to be calculated. They have asked us, in a school 40% students have opted first language Kannada, it seems. And 20 teachers have taken a sample of 4 students each. After selecting 4 each, they have given the report that 2 or 3 students have opted for first language Kannada. They are asking, how many teachers have reported that? 2 or more students, I mean 2 or 3 students have opted for Kannada language. This is the question given. Now here, question, the probability 40% is given about opting first language, and then the teacher's report is also opting for first language, right? So both. Now in such case, what to do? Let x be the number of students. See, question it is asked, how many teachers will report that 2 or 3 students have opted for first language Kannada. So here what we need to do? Let x be the number of teachers report. So here small correction. Let x be the number of teachers. Reported that 2 or 3 students opted for first language. So this is the question. So x, there will be a slight change there. Earlier I have taken number of students only. So let me check once again. So correct. So let x be the number of teachers. Here the question is asked about how many teachers reported 2 or 3 students have opted for first language. one small look at here. The same way, let x be the number of students opted the first language Kannada. So x we are calculating number of students only, but later on 2 or 3 students opted Kannada language, have been opted Kannada language. How many teachers have reported like that? That capital N has to be taken, multiplied to that probability. So initially we are calculating students only, 2 or 3 students only we are calculating. Later on we are multiplying out of 20 teachers, how many reported that 2 or 3 have opted first language. So first write down x follows the binomial distribution n comma p. Therefore the probability mass function p of x equals to ncx p power x q power n minus x, where x takes the value 0, 1, 2 and so on 4. 2 or 3 students, that means p of x equals to 2 plus p of x equals to 3. Then n we know, p we know, and q also you can calculate. 40% opted means 60% they have not opted only, no. So q becomes 60%, nothing but 0.6 q. So n 4, p 0.4, q 0.6, and x value 2 and 3 you substitute separately, and then together you add it. That becomes p of 2 plus 3, p of 2 or 3 probability. But here the question is asked, how many teachers will report that probability 2 or 3 students have opted first language. So finally that probability value p of 2 or 3 value has to be multiplied with the total number of teachers, because question is asked about how many. That's why arrow mark I have put, see there, multiplied by 20 teachers. If you do, you will be getting, so those many teachers have reported that 2 or 3 students opted first language Kannada. Is it clear, guys? Just have a look once again, the same problem.